Shakespeare, Sherlock Holmes, the Beatles, and the royal family. What do all of these have in common?
England! I've been several times.
And last summer, I got to go too. Today's Fun Tween video is all about England. We're going to talk about our trip and share some other fun things.
So grab some scones
And a cup of tea, and join us for some trivia, pictures, and more. First up, a tour of London through memories and photos of our recent trip. This is one of the first pictures of me in England. Our group gathered for a fun night of swimming and eating. I was so excited to finally be in England, a place I've always wanted to travel to. This was my host family while staying in England. They were very kind and gracious and became like real family to me. I'm so thankful for all they did. This is where we stayed with my host family in Welwyn Garden City. If you Google Welwyn Garden City, this fountain will come up. Bethany and I enjoyed lunch and the scenery here one day. This is an example of some of the cottages found in Welwyn Garden City. Isn't it beautiful? We celebrated Independence Day while in Britain and passed out fun American souvenirs. The people we met were really nice and all wanted something American. Next, it was off to busy, bustling, beautiful London. Here's an interesting piece of architecture, the Shard. Here is the London Eye, or the Millennium Wheel, as seen from the River Thames. It is the largest Ferris wheel in Europe. On a personal note, I did not get to ride it on my trip, which gives me all the more reason to go back for another visit. Here is the famous Tower Bridge. Trafalgar Square is another famous attraction in London. We visited the art gallery while here and saw street performers. Fun fact, you are not allowed to feed the pigeons here. We went by the ATM to exchange our American dollars for British pounds. I love that their money looks so pretty and shiny. I got to ride on one of London's famous double-decker buses. It took us to the British Museum, where we saw all kinds of cool exhibits, including the Rosetta Stone, Egyptian mummies, and so much more. Here's Big Ben. He was under repairs while I was there. Here's St. Paul's Cathedral. It was built in the 17th century. Here's me in a classic British telephone booth. In England, the subway system is called the Underground. When riding the Underground, you both see and hear the phrase, "mind the gap," over and over again. It basically means, watch your step. For all the Harry Potter fans, the one and only Platform 9 3/4. Our day was packed full of adventures, but we finally made it to Buckingham Palace. It may have been dark, but I was still thrilled to be standing outside of a royal palace. My host family also gave us a very special treat by taking us to a proper English breakfast. Those flaky golden circles are Yorkshire pudding. It was delicious. We also had bangers and bacon. You can't go to England without eating fish and chips. This was a tradition I enjoyed several times. Thanks to my host family. I hope I can return to see all my friends in the lovely country of England again. And now, a special message all the way from across the pond.
Hello Alabama, this is Susie and
Richie Cornish
from
Welwyn Garden City
in the United Kingdom. Hope you're all well. Bye!
Bye!
Hey guys! For our next segment, we are going to play How Would You Say It in England? So I have some words that I'm going to say in what we use in America, and then Bethany, and you guys at home can play along too, are going to try to guess what the British counterpart is. Alright, so this could be really fun and you could learn some things. You ready, Bethany?
I'm ready. Let's do it.
Alright, so our first word is backyard.
Well, they have lots of plants and stuff, and they get really offended if you give the wrong word, so I better get this right. Garden, is that right?
That is correct.
Yes.
Back garden, front garden, they call it a garden. Good job.
Don't call it a yard. They'll
No.
get really upset.
No. Okay, so our next word is Band-Aid.
I think I'm allergic to these.
Oh.
They call them plasters.
That is correct. She's 2 for 2.
Woo! Yep.
All right. Okay, here we go. You ready? Let me get it on the side. Shopping cart. What would you call that in England?
Harry Potter fans should know this one. Just think of the platform 9 3/4. Is
Ooh,
that right?
Good reference.
The trolley.
Yes, shopping trolley.
Yeah.
Ding, ding, ding. All right, here we go. Let's see if she can keep going. She's on a good roll. Sneakers or tennis shoes is what we call them, but in England,
Okay. Trainers.
ding, ding, ding. She got it
Yes.
again. Look at her. She has been several times.
Yeah, I should know these.
All right, here we go. Vacation. What would you say in England?
I know this.
Could we have stumped her?
I need some time. Give me a moment.
Okay.
My short-term memory and long-term memory is not very good. Okay, a vacation in England is a holiday.
Correct. You got it. Okay, this one I actually know from the movie What a Girl Wants. Elevator.
Lift.
Correct. She is on a roll. Okay, here we go. Television or TV, we call it.
Is it tube, like YouTube?
I think tube is acceptable. I was thinking telly,
Oh, yeah.
but I think tube also works. All right, here's a fun one. Diapers. How would you say it in England?
Nappy. No.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Nappies.
Okay.
Nappies. She thought she might need a nap before that one.
I was like half on, half off with that one.
She's doing good. All right, so our next one is mail. We call it the mail. I'm checking the mail. They might say.
The post.
Yes.
Okay.
Look at you. You're doing good. All
I
right.
have some British in me. It's coming out.
This one has been very prevalent lately. So, takeout. We call it takeout.
Yeah, I've been doing a lot of that.
Yeah.
Takeaway.
Ding, ding, ding. All right. This
too
one,
good.
she is. Clothespin.
Okay, this one I actually don't think I know this one. I'm gonna take a guess. They're very strange. Well, it latches, so
Could we have stumped her?
yes.
Any guesses?
I don't know.
Okay, this is a peg.
Okay, I definitely didn't know that one.
All right. Here's the ever popular cookies.
Biscuits.
Yes.
Which is confusing because I like biscuits,
Especially
but they're
when
with
you
butter.
live in the South, in
Yeah.
Alabama. Biscuits. We know what those are. All right. French fries.
Freedom fries. Just kidding. Just kidding. So those are called chips, which is very confusing. Although I think the fat ones are called chips and the skinny ones are fries.
Oh. And we
Maybe.
did get to eat some fish and chips when we went to
lot.
England. Yes, we got that. So that was
Got our
good.
fill of that.
All right, here's a similar one. Potato chips.
So potato chips.
If fries were chips, what are chips?
So those are really crispy, so they're called crisps.
You got it. All
That
right,
one was
this
kind of easy to remember.
this one is fun. Trunk. We call it the trunk.
They call it the boot, or in the boot.
They do call it
Yeah,
the
yeah.
boot. That one's kind of fun.
Woot, woot.
All right, what about sweater?
I know this one. TikTok, TikTok. I need like 5 minutes. Can we have an interlude? No.
We need an answer.
Okay. I know it. I just can't remember it.
It's kind of what we did
it's
at
not a
the
jacket.
beginning of the video.
What?
Kind of what we did at the beginning of the video.
Oh yeah, jumper.
Jumper!
Thanks for that. Although that was like a very helpful hint.
All right, and last but certainly not least, we have garbage. In England, you would say...
Oh my gosh. I can't believe I can't remember what this is. I just have the word trash stuck in my head, but I know that's not right. Oh, I should know this one.
Any guesses?
Yeah, if I could think.
You're gonna kick yourself when I
know.
say it. It is
If I run out of time.
rubbish.
Oh man.
But she is
That was a
not,
bad ending.
She is
That was
not
rubbish.
Rubbish at this game
Totally
because
rubbish.
she did good. Nice job. Good job. So, those are some English terms that they would say in England. Hope you learned something and had fun. Now, let's go to some trivia. Let's see how much you know about London and England with some trivia. Question 1. Which one of the following is not a famous landmark in London? A. Buckingham Palace, B. the London Eye, C. the Tower Bridge, or D. the Colosseum? The answer is D. Colosseum, which is actually in Rome. Question 2. Who is the current Queen of England? A. Queen Victoria, B. Queen Elizabeth II, C. Queen Anne, or D. Queen Mary I? The answer to this one is B. Queen Elizabeth II. Question 3. What is the busiest underground station in London? A. Oxford Circus, B. Victoria, C. Waterloo, or D. Piccadilly? The answer to number 3 is C. Waterloo. It is used by over 651,000 passengers a day. Question 4. The Tower of London is officially A. a treasury, B. a palace, C. a prison, D. all of the above. The answer to question 4 is B. Palace. Although it has been used as all three, a prison, a treasury, and a palace, it officially is a palace. Question 5. Big Ben is actually the name of the bell. What was the original name of the tower? A. Royal Clock Tower, B. Westminster Clock, C. Clock Tower, D. Elizabeth Tower. The answer to number 5 is C. The original name was the Clock Tower. In 2012, they renamed it the Elizabeth Tower in honor of Queen Elizabeth. Question 6. London is A. in the north of England, B. on the Welsh border, C. in the southwest of England, D. in the southeast of England. The answer to number 6 is D. London is located in the southeast of England. Question 7. A river that runs through London is called A. the River Tyne, B. the River James, C. the River Fleet, D. the River Thames. The answer to number 7 is D. the River Thames. Yes, Thames. That's right. Question 8. London is the world's largest A. financial center, B. fashion center, C. high-tech center, D. automobile center. The answer to number 8 is A. financial center. Question 9. London was the first city to A. have electricity in 4 areas of the city, B. have an underground railway station, C. to build a palace, D. to open a museum of modern art. The answer to number 9 is B. They were the first to have an underground railway system. Question 10. Oxford Street is A. A famous street where most of the colleges and universities can be found. B. A famous 1.5 mile long shopping street with more than 300 shops. C. The name of the road that leads to Buckingham Palace. D. The most dangerous road in London. The answer to question 10 is B. Oxford Street is a famous 1.5 mile long shopping street. So, how'd you do? That's our tween activity this week. I hope you enjoyed our pretend trip across the pond to England. Special thanks to Bethany for helping me out, and as always, a big thanks to Gary. And remember to stop by the Children's Department at the Vestavia Hills Public Library and check out some books about countries you might want to visit. I'll see you next time. Bye!